breakfast. I haven't done squat yet. So, you're going to get a stream, but it's going to be a mite bit different. Before I start this, I, by no means, am a professional chef. What you are seeing is, in fact, my kitchen and my cooking for me and my wife. And possibly my grandmother.
If she's being hungry.
Yes, which is very rare. At some point, I'm going to be fixing up... Oh, and you're going to hear my goober dog who likes to bark.
Especially when his mommy, me, is leaving the house.
Yes, going to the store to go get some... Could you grab some milk while you're up there?
I can grab a small thing of milk, yeah.
I just realized how bad that sounded, but we do actually need it. So.
Oh, the milk joke. Although usually that's supposed to be the dad doing that.
Oh, I know. I know. It's just terrible joke.
It's funny though.
I couldn't help it. It was right there.
I got that up so you can wash it there. I'm heading to the on my bike.
Alright, I'll try my best to read your chats.
I'm taking my place, but I think it's raining. It's not raining. It's just moist right now. I think get for small stuff. What small things do? This is okay.
Where did I put the brown sugar at?
I think it's in around 10 somewhere.
It was in around 10. I took it out and just as a heads up, I'm streaming right now, the mic's on and the camera is in fact facing this way. So, if you don't want me broadcasting the rest of the world, hide.
What was it we got from Target?
Well, this was from Dollar Tree, but I didn't pick up the last week.
Okay, good answer.
Yeah, I don't have any more brown sugar, babe. I'm out.
That's okay, I guess. We have to grab some while I'm up there.
By the time you get back, I'll already have pancakes cooked.
Exactly.
So,
I can grab oyster crackers. I can see if they have a cheap one.
Life's lesson.
And I have to pick up the pan soap. I don't know if I can put the drain on. I'll have to check.
don't bother, it won't do anything.
No? Okay.
We've been trying to use she's been dumping Drano down that drain for 6 months. Hasn't changed anything.
Alright.
But if you can grab some bacon,
I need to get the liquid hand soap. I've been meaning to get it myself.
we'll do that afternoon. Because I'm going out after about 12:30 to go do some other shopping anyway. So just grab what we need for this morning.
Yep, I'm just going to grab a small thing of milk.
A little bit of a violation of TOS on the part of YouTube, but this is multi-tool. Most of these multi-tools have this fun little thing called the can opener. For those of you who don't know how to use this thing, this is the rim of the can right here. You want to line this little hook on the bottom, and you want to put the blade up against the side of the can. And then you just lift on the back of the handle, rinse and repeat around the edge of the can. And there you go. You got yourself a can opener. Is it as fast as the one that you use with a turn dial? No. Is it as fast as an electric? No. Does it give you smooth edges? No. Does it open the can? Yes, and that is all that is important. Is opening the can. You can also do this with a rock and rubbing the top of the can back and forth on the rock repeatedly until you grind down the crease that makes the can a can. It takes forever, but you can do it.
Thank you, Graham. What's down the light? Covered in pollen. I don't like that.
That's what making us sneeze.
Yeah. The bike's turning yellow.
and yellow, black and yellow. Now, gee, look at that. Corned beef hash in a can. I just ripped some serious ass. There you go. Oh, let's see. Which one do I want to use today? I like the cast iron, but I think we're going to go non-stick. Love you, baby.
I love you.
You look absolutely gorgeous in those.
Thank you. Now I need to grab my earbud.
If you're not back in a half an hour, I'm coming after you in the car.
Okay, baby.
And if I don't find you along the way, the body armor's coming out, and so's Bertha. So,
You know, I understand.
for the safety of everyone else involved, please come home safe.
I will, baby.
I finally found one of the good ones. I don't need anything to happen to her. I would just take you up there in the car, but you seem like you want to get out and get some fresh air today, so that's fair. That's fair. Do you want fried or scrambled on the eggs? I was making a joke about scrambling a certain other set of eggs earlier. I wasn't being serious. But if you really want scrambled eggs, I can do it. Okay. Hey, Graham. Could you just let him out of that back room? She's going to be gone for a hot minute. And I think it'd probably add a little bit of life to the stream if, you know, it wasn't just me being my boring self making food and running my mouth like an asshole. 1 cup to 2/3. So I need the 1/3 cup measure. Three. 1, 2. Okay. Do we have the perfect number? Oh, so close. So close. Pro tip. When you're buying eggs, Walmart has these massive, like, $26 for 5 dozen. Actually, I think it's less than that now, but it's a buttload of eggs for a certain amount of money. Go buy you some empty cartons or find some or whatever. Go buy the giant eggs. You won't have to buy eggs each week. Unless you're, like, diabolical when it comes to passing gas and wanting to, you know, knock off your doctor whenever you have a doctor's visit. And a dozen eggs is just like a sit-down meal for you, or a snack. I've seen people do that. Okay. Now, This pancake batter is too thick. Yeah, they want pancakes, all right. They want us to do pancakes. Okay. Now, when I do my pancakes, this, as a comparison, is the top of a Pringles can. This is the ladle I use for doing my pancakes. The reason I go that size is because they cook a little bit more even when you do smaller pancakes. Now, you have a good skillet, like one of them electrical ones that has the stuff all balanced out and everything else. One of the really pricey ones. You don't need to worry about it. I am cooking on an electric top cook stove using a square pan and round burners. If you've ever cooked before, you know that's a pain in the butt. And I also like to add a little splash of vanilla. Sometimes if I had the brown sugar, I don't know where it went, I'd add about a spoonful of that in the pancake mix, but again, no idea where it went. I could add a little bit of cinnamon sugar to it though. Or just like straight up cinnamon. I think we'll go straight cinnamon. Wanna get some flavor. Savor the flavor, man. Pass pancake. Then I have to stop leaving the butter on the table.
Yeah, I see. Yesterday was a little bit too hot for butter and everything.
Yeah, a little bit.
Is this garbage in?
Yes, it is. The 2 boxes can be put on the couch for now. I gotta grab a plate. So we don't end up burning pancakes. That came out basically perfect. So,
Smells good.
no, I was thinking we could go up to Walmart and pick up some more of them pork egg rolls and stuff. Maybe they.
I was thinking Walmart, but I wasn't thinking food.
What were
I
you
was
thinking?
Stuff for your wedding. Like the tripod for your camera.
Yeah.
Then I was wondering if it would be a good idea to pick up one of those big canopies that you can put over a table to keep the rain off or the sun off. I don't know how much they cost. I saw them up there the other day.
Oh, yeah.
when I was-
Yeah, it's definitely a good idea to think about it at least.
A spatula. I don't know what happened to our long handled spatula, whether it broke and they threw it away or what. But I found the tongs in that drawer.
Oh, these did not come out right, but the first one did. Actually, that first one. That burner's too hot. If I have to make more of them, I have to make more of them. It's not a big deal. It's just Bisquick pancake mix. It is not the end of the word.
These are the tongs.
I don't ever use tongs.
There was a long handle.
Could you give me the milk, please? Sinky sink. Thank you. No offense, but I don't want to hear about things being a mess. If you saw how these pancakes came out, you wouldn't care. Realistically, they basically did that. Magnus, sit and stay, bud. Nope, but I'm just getting him ready for when she is. You want a pancake or two?
I want them, but I can't have them, so they already
Okay.
ate my breakfast. Knock 'em out. If I hadn't eaten that horrible cereal, I would.
You know what? If you change your mind, there's pancake for you.
I was gonna say, if you have some leftover pieces by night, then eat it.
Well, that's breakfast in a nutshell. Pancakes, corned beef hash, scrambled eggs. And the good syrup. Yeah, I know, but she's taking her time getting back. I'm a little worried too. But according to the clock, she's got about 3 minutes before showtime. So. And that's not a controlling thing either. That is she could be hurt on the side of the road because she went up there on an e-bike, not in a car. And I do trust her to be able to handle herself, because she can. What I don't trust are the other idiots that are on this friggin' road system. So, well, that was the notion.
What do you figure, about 20 people showing up?
Maybe.
I haven't talked to Linda. I don't know if she and Terry and Amir or, I don't know. I guess I can call them.
No offense, and this is going to sound incredibly rude and disrespectful, but even if they did, they eat like birds. The three of you eat like birds. Jerry's probably the one person that I don't know whether he'd eat a full meal or not.
I wonder what she's bringing. I thought she was making a cake, but He said her mother's cake.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2-layered marble cake.
You know where her cake taker is. Sitting right over there on the table.
Yeah.
Well, that needs to go back to her so she gets something to bring it. Unless she goes out and buys them. My itch scratch. I don't think I'm gonna make anything. I was gonna make potato salad, but then somebody said somebody else would make it, so I'll help buy the potato chips or whatever. And instead of buying a great huge bag of potato chips, why don't you buy the little?
No, because I'm not going to be responsible for 30 different little bags of chips. Because those kids are going to want to get into them at every fucking turn. No. We're going to go buy the giant $3 bags of chips at Dollar General. And that's what's going to be there. And their parents can dish out the chips according to what the parents want their kids to have.
And after you're all done, are you responsible for cleaning up?
Yep.
So that's why you don't want 100 little bags
Mm-mm.
thrown all over the place. I see your point on that. I was thinking about making deviled eggs. I was thinking about making potato salad. Then somebody else said they were making potato salad. So I thought, okay, I was over to John and Melinda's one time, and I had what she called a pasta salad.
I'm buying the stuff for that today to make.
That was so good. Fantastic. I don't know if she gave me the recipe for that. I bet she did. But I was so impressed with that. Never had it. Oh, so late. I'm not going out. I'm just going
Is she back yet?
No. He's just back because I'm walking towards the door.
That's not why I was asking, but okay. You alive?
Yeah, I'm on my way back.
Where you at?
I'm still at the store. I had to go grab a backpack because my basket went home, so during stepping out. But it's fine. I will be on my way back as soon as I get off the phone with you.
Okay, just making sure you're alright. You know how these idiots drive around here.
I'm back.
Alright, love you.
Love you too. See you in a minute.
See you in a bit. Bye. Okay. Great, we have another backpack. Huh. See, this is the kind of performance I want. And I know that might be a bit of a tall order or a tall ask, but like, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who wanted it. Oh yeah, huh. Imagine that. And actually, I can take this show on the road. All I have to do is just change the Wi-Fi settings to my phone, grab the laptop, rewire the streaming camera to be a direct connect to the laptop, and just grab the switch and the capture card. I can take this show anywhere I want, really. Might be getting a little too hot. I might have to go set that AC up first thing. We're gonna have to drag a lot of stuff out of the way to make that happen. Yeah. I've also got to figure out where that heavy-duty white extension cord went for the air conditioner. That, or we're going to have to go to Walmart and pick one up after 12. Or around 12, anyway. Thought they said it was only supposed to be like 60-something. It's already in the 70s. That's 76, but it's supposed to be raining today. Well, it sure the heck don't look like rain to me. Uh-oh, we ain't getting no rain no time soon. It's not even hot, it's just the humidity. I am sweating to death. And it's a decent sweat. It's 70 degrees even. It's like perfect. But the humidity is killing me. Which makes sense because we spent like all night last night in a rainstorm, but got a little loud. I have my own recipe that I'll be picking up the stuff for today. Probably. The most important part to it is the Italian dressing, though. Cube, sliced in half, cut up. You just want it into chunks about the same size as the pasta. And you just mix it in all together and let it cool, and or do it while the macaroni pasta is cold because you don't want the cheese to melt. And there you go. And as far as what you put in it, it's entirely up to whoever's making it. I know people who love it with green peppers. I actually knew a guy who liked it with jalapeno peppers. It's like an Italian sandwich. You put on it whatever you want to put on it. There is no real set recipe per se. I hear you, baby. You probably need help.
just said. I just cut off the song I was listening to halfway through a lyric.
300 finger rolls that I made.
This umbrella is actually inside of my basket. That's why it's in the bag. And soap. And I grabbed a little more oil. And since both of you have chips, I grabbed myself a chip.
Those barbecue ones were supposed to be for you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm not really too big on barbecue, but you did bring the type that you like. Maybe we can do a little chip shuffle later.
Maybe. Anyhow. Yeah, maybe.
I'm trying to get ready to put in the air conditioner.
Oh, right, yeah. We've already bought the hamburgers.
I don't care about that. I have other things I'm doing.
Hey, Graham. Want to give me a hand real quick?
What kind of giving you a hand are we talking about here? I am still streaming too.
Not you, Graham.
I know.
They still didn't put any else in the fridge. I had to get a warm one.
Figures. Save this for tomorrow. I'll have to do right now. It's close enough. 10. No, what needs to happen is those two tables have to get out of the way. I need a table from in behind Graham. We need to find... Dude, no. Come here. There you go. Go give Mom sniffies and loves. I know that's what you want to do anyway.
Of course it is.
It's not the barking that he wants. The barking is just to get him what he wants.
So the barking, you can do the mom sniffies.
Yeah, so those two tables need to get out of the way.
This is going to go in the background for now.
The table that's in behind Graham's chair needs to come out. We need to find some way to put the air conditioner on top of that table without the wheels rolling.
Oh, I forgot to pull my box cut around my pocket, didn't I, Graham?
Maybe.
Well, don't stand in the way, dum-dum. You won't reflect your face.
You might want to heat it back up. Does this have shirt? This has shirt. Raru's sitting there like, yeah, sure. Use my hand-me-downs. Although I don't know, I think Raru's probably a bit taller than Linky Poo.
I don't even want to know.
I'm just being obnoxious. In the fridge. Because it's getting hotter out and it needs to stay at a decent temperature. Emphasis on the word decent. Green. That's not good. And that is no good. It was jelly. Yeah. No,
That's too unlike your hair.
it found its way into the garbage. And it needs to stay there. Do I have a... This is a dumb question because they're all three of them right in front of me. Do we have another bottle of water in there?
Yes, we did.
While I love Mountain Dew, the corn syrup from the Mountain Dew is a little too thick.
Wait, didn't I just fill those?
I drink a lot of water.
You've really got to start filling them up when you're done.
I
When you go to
know.
get a new one, you need to fill up the old one. That's what you need to do. Now, grinder. Oh,
Ew.
and sit.
That's the notion for now. When you're done, we gotta get the living room set up for that stupid AC unit.
We still have your mother's cake taker here somewhere.
Yeah, it's on top of the fridge.
The home fridge.
I was gonna give her my,
It downstairs too.
she's gonna need that.
We're gonna send it down with Terry when they go to pick her up.
Oh, I'm on another one.
Oh. Well, then she can take it when we have after we have the
That's
wedding.
the plan.
She probably hasn't.
That's what I do.
Oh, there's you something borrowed.
Problem is, that's not what she has in mind.
I know it's not as being a smartass.
I know. There's something shiny on the ground. That's where you thought the jellies.
I know. It's a branch.
A minecart shield, really?
Okay.
You tell me I'm not on your screen.
I am streaming, yes.
I don't think they want to see me stuffing my mom.
I mean, they saw me doing it a couple minutes ago, so I'm pretty sure if they're offended by you, they're more than offended by me. So. I care. I don't care who's offended by what. I offend people all the time. My sheer existence offends all of the left, so. And ask me if I give a shit.
You don't.
Exactly.
And if they're so offended, maybe they should get thicker skin?
No, because they barely have any skin to begin with. They're so spineless that if they were to do the teleport thing from Wolverine Origins, Sabretooth would have nothing to grab onto because there's no spine there. So, you know, they might as well be a slime at that point. But we're also talking about people that the hardest decisions they've ever had to make in their life was, what will I do with mommy and daddy's money now? So, I don't really take what they have to say to too much heart anyway.
So what did you end up adding to these?
Cinnamon.
Ah,
Cinnamon. With some vanilla, or some imitation vanilla, because it's all that we had. I'd like to use the real thing, but, you know, we don't have.
basically you turned the pancakes into French toast.
Yep. French toasty pancakes.
It works. It's really good. I want to eat something.
No thanks, baby. I'm kind of full.
Really, babe?
Just remember, you can't hit me while I'm streaming. Physical violence can get me banned.
No, but I can do this.
That's true, because the camera wasn't even directed in that way.
Exactly.
But it's also cutting like half of me off, and it's up too high because I had it set to kitchen/living room view, not
Your
here.
review.
Yep.
Maybe yours being cut off by your camera.
Oh yeah.
So you're not gonna do anything?
Oh, I will here in a minute. No, his fat ass can starve. Of course I'm kidding. No, I'm just looking for a place to do a thing. And no, not pull a friggin' 1980s Wall Street maneuver, that's for sure.
I'm not tried follow.
You probably don't want to. Now I'll use the weaker bows for this. Let's see. Why indeed?
Oh,
Get better healing value out of the meat doing it this way. Here you go, seared steak.
angel off.
Yeah. It's just a branch.
Not really worth anything anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Of course, there was a campfire right here that I could have cooked at, but I was being pursued.
By what? There was nothing chasing you anymore.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Really, baby? Any party that's not a Diddy party is a good party.
Oh, I don't know. I can think of a couple worse ones, actually.
Still.
They're few and far between, but there are worse. Actually, I'm saving those for.
There's more ones past it.
Resource nodes! Nom 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 nom!
Yeah, it was pretty nice. Like basket. So it went there with me and came back with me.
I have more minecarts than Steve.
You sure about that? You can carry a stack of 64.
I could always just make a giant mech out of minecarts that rank up about 300 minecarts.
And he has an entire inventory that he can put 64 in.
I know. That's just the machine limits of the Switch. I can't go any further. That doesn't mean that Link can't theoretically build any higher than that. It's just the Nintendo Switch won't let you.
But now you have the Switch 2.
Yeah, that's a good point. I wonder if they did increase the build limit for the Switch too.
But you'd have to also find a place to have all those minecarts to do it with.
Or you could just, you know, keep attaching them to shields and detaching them, attaching them to shields and detaching them in Terrytown until you have a giant fucking stack of them.
True, you could.
And also the limit to how many minecarts Link can actually carry is only limited to how many shields you can have in your inventory. So,
True enough.
you know, I could actually, theoretically, I could stack I could probably stack up enough minecarts because they respawn. I could probably stack them up faster in here than you can in Minecraft. Assuming you don't do like a farm, you know, an iron farm for Minecraft anyway. That being said, this game also has better things than Minecraft too. Could have been.
So you're collecting Minecraft now?
I mean, I could. So in order for that air conditioner to go up, I'm going to need to find a way to make the air conditioner not roll around on one of the tables. And I think I have the solution for that, but I'm not entirely sure. Well, I'll try. Been trying to get you to eat breakfast with the rest of us anyway, but you keep on about your cereal. Don't judge me. Okay. Before you wheel that big unit out,
I'm pulling it out. I was going to check to see if it has a wheel lock on it.
I don't think it does.
I'm gonna check anyway.
Who hurt you? Tears of the Kingdom edition. I used it to get a thing. I forgot to put it back. All gone.
There's space.
Treadmill's got to come out too.
I know.
And we have to find the white extension cord that goes with the air conditioner
Why do you
because it plugs in over here. I don't.
That's
No, it needs to be a 3-pronger. That's only a 2.
oh.
I did have a white one somewhere. I do not know where it went.
Why can't we just run the cord behind the bookcase?
It's not long enough. It's still not going to be long enough. No.
Oh, I thought it would be.
Nope. I wish. But you know what they say about wishes? If wishes were fishes, I'd be fatter.
That's true. Then again, the bush and fishes wouldn't be fatter because fishes are kind of healthy.
Oh no, I can get fat off of eating fish.
So vegetables, yeah, anything good for you is also bad for you if eaten in a large enough quantity. Which is kind of sad.
Gluttony is one of the 7 deadly sins. It sucks that it is. I like eating food, but
The mosquito. I caught it, thought it was get stuck.
oh yeah, that reminds me. We still gotta get you a copy of this.
Yep. We got me a copy of it for a while. Which I am now sad about because all my save data is not transferred over to the. So now I have to go through all of the things again. All of the gifts, all the blights. Every single one of them. And I'd already done that. Now I have to type them again. All because I didn't transfer over all of my save data.
I wish I could use my cell phone to intrude on my stream on OBS. I'd make it so I could use my phone while we're out doing stuff,
Yeah.
and put my face in the little in one of the little corners for the That way, while I'm out getting stuff, I could be a pain in everyone's ass.
Like you wouldn't try to do that anyway.
Well, it's fun. See, the money's just a bonus. I just like being a pain in the world's ass.
Of course. Mostly the left.
Nah, I do it to everyone equally, but, you know, lately the left has just made it super easy.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't help that they've made their platform into a fucking joke, but
Oh,
the left.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, literally, it's like you want men to compete in women's sports, and then you want them to identify as women because to you, they're quote-unquote not women, despite the fact that they were born with a pecker.
So they want men in women's sports because to them they are women, even though they are biologically not.
Yeah. It's the most retarded fucking thing I've ever heard.
If
And-
you're born male, you are male. You can feel like you're something else, but you're not. You never will be.
Yeah, no, your heart will lie to you.
And that is called envy.
Well, no, it's not just called envy.
Well,
There's a
some of
couple
them-
other.
Some of it is.
Yeah. There's some other aspects to it as well, but
Yeah.
you know. And this is gonna catch me some heat online, but it's like the whole gay thing. I can like and appreciate the way a man looks without wanting to take him to bed.
Same with women.
it's-
we can appreciate how
It's
another
rather simple, really. I like the way that Vin Diesel's body is built. I like the way that The Rock's is built. So instead of wanting to take them to bed, we have a weightlifting kit and a treadmill, and we're gonna start getting back into shape. I mean, it really is that simple. Instead of wanting to bed somebody, I mean, yeah. And they like to try to retort with, "It's not about that," and it's like, then what's it about? It's about love. That's still not, no. Like, I can have brotherly love for another man. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
But what they're advocating for is not.
It's not brotherly love. It's sisterly love in the case of women.
It's not really love in general. It's just they want that brown Cheerio or whatever. They want that leather Cheerio and it's disgusting.
Yeah, and
and then they just try to hide it
Oh,
behind.
and then there's the fact that they try to make it so that women can't have male friends without trying to sleep with them.
Okay, actually, that one's kind of true.
Not for all women.
No, but it is for most of them.
I know, but they make it out to where
That's really the problem with that one. Most women, when they are friendly with a man, it's because they generally find him attractive to some degree. As an example, while you wouldn't probably break up with me for Brady per se, if
I
I
don't
were
go for younger men.
if I were to drop dead tomorrow and he came up with a nice comforting speech and being all
I'd
manly
hang out
like,
with them, but I wouldn't.
yeah,
date
well,
them.
that hanging out at that point could turn into something else. It could. And
Yeah,
that's
But I don't go for younger men.
and that's really what we're talking about here. If you're grief stricken, you're number one. If you're grief stricken, your normal rules out the window. If you just lost someone like that, it's like you're not yourself.
Point.
Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is, and I mean no offense when I say this, I've seen people who've had quote-unquote hard morals and ethics about certain things break them just because the right person came along. As an example, and this one's going to be painful for you to hear because it has to do with an ex. I was going to hold on to it till marriage type until I met my first girlfriend.
So was I until I met you.
Well, you're marrying me next week, so
True. But the
I think that kind of lends to a little bit of exception, don't
that
you?
is true. But also, when I first met you, I still had that value. But then I met you, and yeah. Anyway,
But it's just the point, you know. You can say a thing and you can mean it, but time makes fools of us all. And believe me, it does. I made the mistake in my earlier Christian faith career, or whatever you want to call it, of saying that there's no such thing as an individual with both gender organs. And then I got proven wrong. It does exist.
what does
Yeah, but not in that context, Kelsey. It's a different conversation in general. It just kind of went down that rabbit hole. But generally speaking, especially if you're in no, it's not while in a relationship. It has to do with like it has to do with your personal standards, like how some people don't like older men or younger men or older women or younger women. I've seen grief do crazy things to people. Back when I was in Arkansas, one of my college buddies ended up shacking up with a friggin' 50-year-old. Despite the fact that he was only in his 20s. So, and that was because his girlfriend had literally cheated on him with his brother. So, yeah, no. She doesn't have guy friends outside of our relationship or her job, and that's just the way that it is. And even the ones that she has at work are just work acquaintances. They're not really friends. So we don't ever really have to talk about that, number one, because we don't really go places anyway. We like staying home
And spending time together.
and spending
I
time
just
together,
a couple minutes.
gaming, reading books, watching TV, petting the puppy, setting up the air conditioner.
It's actually pretty nice out in here right now due to the coolness outside.
Yeah, but it's just means it's a good day to do it. Yeah, no, she doesn't have guy friends, and the only lady friends that I quote unquote have are Facebook friends or family friends that, you know, help out around here, and she knows all of them by name and in person, so. All, like, what, 2 of them? I don't make many friends.
So most of your friends are on the Xbox anyway.
Yeah, to be honest, it's a lot easier for me to talk to people when it's online.
Versus in person.
I'm really not a big people person. I'd rather spend my time with the animals than with a real person IRL, except for you, of course. But to quote Riddick, it's an animal thing. I actually hate chickens, but I get along with chickens better than I do people. So. I don't have any male friends, really. I mean, I do, but not in real life. Not. I mean, they are real people, but they're not.
John?
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess there's that, but that's a little different, don't you think?
He is a guy friend.
Yeah, but he's my ex's husband.
Yeah, and he's your friend. I don't see a problem with that.
I didn't say it was a problem. I'm just saying it's not the same.
How do you figure?
Well, not that I hate him or don't like him or anything, but, like, in a way, I'm legally responsible to be friendly to him and her because of our daughter, me and my ex having River.
True.
So,
But what you
even
have-
if I didn't want to be friends with him, I'd still have to be. Because it's the only way to keep things civil about with River.
That cord was tickling my leg.
So, I'm not saying that I don't feel that. I'm not saying I feel that way. I'm saying, like, it does make it different. So even when I do get mad at both of them, it's just like, you know, I can't just dip.
True enough.
And that's another thing too. There are some things that I just can't tell him because it 100% will find its way back to Linda, some way or another. And it is not the same. To be fair on that point, though, sis, that could happen with a random stranger off of the street in this state, too, so you kind of just got to be careful about who you talk to in general. That's why I try not to talk to anyone that lives in this state. That's why I have Xbox friends. So if I have something to say that I don't want anyone in this state to hear, I can complain to someone that lives, you know, up on the other side of the country and not have to worry about it coming back on me. You know. Bombs. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, kind of.
wonder if they're actually going to show some of these key locations that are in Tears of the Kingdom for the right locations, so that you can actually see what they were back then, like this bottomless cave that you're in.
Well, it's what makes it really hard for guys to have guy friends these days is that there's like a good 75% of the male population that's only in it for themselves, and that's the way they need to be to survive. And it's just, you know, anything they can use to get, you know, a leg up, they're gonna use it. And it's just, it sounds like I'm being a doomer, but it's the reality. Okay? You're not gonna be a guy and really have legitimate friends like that. It's just probably not gonna happen. So, your best bet is basically kind of what I do, and a lot of people like to say, oh, well, it's not healthy. No, it's not. It's not. I'll say that, but, you know, it's healthier than a lot of the other options. You don't even have to have the game system. Just, like, have the Xbox app on your phone, you know, play a couple of games on it. Maybe you connect with someone who's camping out, you know, playing Call of Duty and doing the camper strat to piss off the enemy team or something. And maybe you'll connect there. But outside of that, I can't really bring myself to recommend trying to make good IRL friends, because it's just not worth the time most of the time. And that's just because of the world that we live in today. Like, back in Alaska, things were different because, you know, we knew where we stood. Down here, you'll never know where you stand, and it doesn't matter how hard you try to figure it out. Because the second that you do figure it out, they'll pull that rug out from under you and replace it with a different one that you need to figure out where to stand on. And it's sickening and it's disgusting, and I'm not going to deal with it, nor should anyone else. So, you know, it's just like us with our dad. I love him to death, but knowing where to stand with him is not really that hard. The fact that I know that I'll never be in good standing with him is just kind of the obvious, blatant fact.
Considering he won't come down here.
Well, that's not really why I'm saying that.
Oh, I know, but there's also
So,
that. You won't find the time to come down here for the wedding. Which is, like,
disappointing, but it's not the end of the world.
no.
Also, if you knew the man, it's basically par for the course.
I don't really know the man, but I only met him
So, the man has been basically constant source of disappointment for me as a kid. So, nothing that he's doing now is even remotely surprising. That's why I'm not more angry about it. And it is largely centered around his job more than anything else. Like, the man has always put his career before his kids. It's just the way that he is. Well. Oh, you... I do, but you know what? I don't want to deal with that right now. I want to do it my way.
Well, at least you have phones.
For now. It's kind of funny how this power got added into the game. It was supposed to be a debugging feature. Yeah. But they noticed that it was fun, so they left it in here. Yeah, no, my sister could easily attest to the just generalized fact that, as a general rule, my dad's been basically nothing but a disappointment, more or less. And it is largely centered around the fact that he's a put his job first kind of guy, and his family's always been second fiddle. So, like, always.
Yeah, when it comes to stuff like this, it's usually supposed to be family first and your job.
Actually, no, it's not. It's supposed to be God first, then you, then your
I
family.
know when it comes to just your personal thing, your
And-
family should come before your job.
Then it's supposed to be the job. The problem is that, you know, really in the circle of all five things, you realistically in this world, you know, you can't have one without the other four. They're actually kind of all important, and it's just, it's up to the individual to balance them, and my dad is not exactly well known for, well, let's just say balancing things isn't exactly something he's good at. Welcome back, sis. So, the fact that he couldn't or wouldn't take the time to show up at the wedding, despite the fact that, you know, he makes more money than God working as a VPSO, and so did my stepmom as a school teacher, you know, it's just par for the course, okay? I don't expect him to be there for the wedding. I don't expect him to be there for when our kids are born. I don't expect him to do anything, because the reality is he probably won't be there. And for me, that's not a new thing. The fact that I'm talking about it without getting angry or breaking down in tears should tell you this is nothing new.
Yeah, I know.
It's become just such a normalized thing. It is literally just another day at the office for me. And the few times me and him have tried to spend time together has either ended up in an argument, a fight, or ordering some extremely unhealthy food somewhere.
Point.
So, I mean, if we're being honest about the situation entirely, it's not entirely his fault. Me and him get along like, you know, gasoline in a lit match. So, you know, it's just not.
That is true.
I don't hate him. I don't.
Now you can get your warm pants.
I may have said it to his face that I hated him a few times as a kid, but that's just a kid being an angsty kid. Now, I guess that just depends on how you look at the phrase black sheep, Kelsey. But I will be real. He's given you, Brian, and our stepbrothers more time than he's ever given me, and it's to be expected. That's what being the middle child is. Soul Calibur is a 2D fighting game, kind of like Smash Brothers, but with real characters. Oh yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's too bad they didn't put Twilight Princess on that line. Yet.
They still aren't. They did bring GameCube to the Switch.
See, if me and him were to sit down and have a conversation about politics, he'd probably sit down and call me a communist, to be honest, even though I'm really not. But, oh yeah, that doesn't work like that. The only time I believe in the redistribution of wealth is in the case of automation and artificial intelligence usage. That's it. And that is because you're refusing to hire real people to do jobs. You're making machines do the jobs that that used to feed people.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. It's
getting
too hot.
out.
It's too hot for it to be left out. Well, it didn't, and it doesn't unless it gets above 85 degrees, then you have to.
Yeah, it's starting to get hotter out, so it's going to quench.
Because it wasn't 85 degrees out. But now we're getting to that time of the year that it is. And I don't need it to spoil. Alright, sis, you have a wonderful day too. Enjoy your time with your kids. I'll talk to you later. Later, Tater. No. Really?
He backed away from the water on the blanket like, I don't want to do that.
You're fine, buddy. It's just water. Freaking foot's asleep. Ah! Not quite. Oh. Huh. But I also want people to understand that I don't have any hate towards my dad or my mom or my brother for not showing up to my wedding. Immense disappointment, sure, maybe, depending on which one of them we're talking about. But hate, no, no. No. Just like I don't hate trans people, I don't hate gay people. I just think they're ill people who need help, and you know, I am not in a position to help them. So they get the same treatment, which is, you know, I can't do anything for you. And I'm not going to change my speech patterns for you either. So. And that's not hate. That's just something I'm not willing to do. And if you're not willing to respect that, then you don't have to be around me. That's fine. I don't need to please the entirety of the planet. Oh, excuse me. So, what do we want to do today? I mean, once noon rolls around, we got plenty of stuff we could do. No parachute. Graham said something about wanting to go up to Walmart. Does that sound like something you'd want to do today? I am wearing my swimming shorts, but if we're supposed to get thunder and lightning today, I don't want to go jump in a lake.
No.
Even if it did mean, you know, pitching him in the water too.
Magnus, what you doing?
No.
Curling up in mommy's lap. Yeah, you curl up with mommy. You and that wiggly waggly tail of yours. There you go.
Yep. But that's the only thing off that table I want you to touch. No, look for it. I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for, and I have a pretty good idea about where it is. If we even still have it.
I see you have managed to open the door. You haven't fully recovered yet, but that is to be expected. We're almost beyond saving. By visiting the shrines and receiving their blessings, you have mitigated some of the corruption's effects. Though our time together has been brief, I am so happy that we finally met. You are exactly as Zelda said. I've done everything I can for her. Now it is up to you.
Oh, you certainly select.
You and I originally going to. Now that I am no longer distracted.
Not distracted by the Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah.
Link. Link. You must find me.
This part is not for those with a weak stomach. You're lucky I don't already have a control stick and 2 fans. wanted that hightail lizard. Potions. Yes, I said potions, not lotions. This isn't a ditty party, for crying out loud. You know he did all those horrible things. There's only one reason I even remotely feel bad for the guy. And that is, even if he, like, let's say hypothetically he didn't do them, his life is fucking ruined at this point. Like, straight up destroyed his reputation entirely. And even if a jury were to come out and say, no, he didn't, there's going to be a lot of people out there who are not going to trust that verdict. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, his life is effectively done. He's made all the money he's going to make. His reputation is in the garbage, so I sure hope he's got one hell of a retirement plan. Because even if he did go out and sue every single person involved, he'll never have enough money to pay for the lawyers to do it. Which is really unfortunate, but it's the nature of the kind of case that he's involved with. You know, did it or didn't do it, did he or did he not do it, doesn't matter. What matters is how, especially in his case, how the public perceives him. And it's not exactly in a positive light right now. I'm sure he's got his supporters, but they're not many. You know, it's not really fair, but it is the way that it works. You know, the second that you even get accused of something like that, your reputation is destroyed. It's the only reason. So it's one of the things I don't like about publicizing cases like that. Yeah, the public has a right to know, but in a way, it's almost more harm than good when they do.
What? Oh! Now where have you been? Linky, you're not a ghost, are you? Hey.
One of the hotter characters in the
looks interesting.
Game, and she's older than everyone else in the game except for maybe Zelda herself after this game.
One step at a time.
To be fair, though, that
what exactly
doesn't
happened?
count. What is she now, like 200 and
So
something?
when you and Princess Zelda go beneath Hyrule
How
Castle
old is Purah? 150
and
or
discover a
200?
mysterious mummy
I think it said that Purah was like
which suddenly reanimates, then Zelda falls into a fissure and vanishes. That must have been when the castle rose and the
To
ruins
be fair, I'm
fell.
pretty sure she doesn't age like a normal person anyway.
No,
does have a mental
Then,
impression.
later, you wake up on a sky island, saved by the arm that was stuck to the mummy. You get the Pura pad from an unusual creature, and learn that your new arm belonged to someone named Rauru. The Master Sword disappears.
I don't want the rest of it.
You hear the princess's voice, and find your way here.
Those were complimentary when we pre-ordered, by the way, the barbecues. That wasn't something I picked out, nor was the coat.
What? What?
Oh, fairies. This was a fairy tale.
Oh. At least tell me you get to fix it.
Yes.
Oh, look, flying bad guys. Fell out of a tree.
You know what? Mountain Dew's great and all, but it is not cutting it. I'm literally falling asleep here. Can I get a swap out for the monster? Please and thank you.
Oh my god.
Well, we're gonna have to go to the store anyway, because I'm gonna need another one for tomorrow. And Graham said she wanted to go buy the tripod for the camera for the wedding, which is a trip to Walmart. Excuse me.
That just stings a little bit. She just disregarded me.
I've never played that one. I have never played Wind
This
Waker.
one, I think it takes place after Ocarina of Time.
I'd
The
have
reason
to.
I say that is because the opening scene gives you a little storyline, and they talk about a hero that we know is the hero of time.
I'd have to actually look into that.
I'm stealing her, just all Link's sister.
Of course.
Yeah. And this is Zelda.
I know. That one I do know.
Yeah, the giant bird that was stealing Zelda, stole Link's sister instead.
Oh, I'm just holding forward, and yeah, it's like the most boring part of Tears of the Kingdom is going to talk to the people that you need to talk to get the game started. You know? Of course, if we did go to Walmart, we could get a couple more crystal structure decks, and I could build you a tournament style structure deck.
That's true.
I don't need to because I have Cyber Dragons. Cyber Dragons and more Cyber Dragons for days because I was a Zane Truesdale fanatic back when I was younger, and all I did was buy Cyber Dragons. And then they introduced the Cyber Dark monsters, and I went nuts over those. Don't ask me why. It's just machine decks and Yu-Gi-Oh! Have always been my weakness. Except for Keith's machine deck. That was kind of pathetic. Strong, but pathetic. Strong in card effects and attack and defense. Weak in aesthetics. Not very attractive. Come on, a slot machine? Really?
Yeah.
No doubt Ganon and more of his tricks.
Kinda, yeah. Oh, the imagery for Ganon on this has him looking like a pig in the tapestry backstory. But that could just be the...
You know, I always
artistic
wondered,
vision.
what if the pig thing was just like diminutive based off of his personality?
It could be.
Because admittedly, if you're the one Gyarados that's a male that's born every 100 years, you're probably going to be a womanizing piglet.
True. Not to mention, the story that you got for the backstory from the beginning of the game was a history lesson. And they were talking about someone who found the Triforce and was using it for their own good, and then a young lad, clad in green, became known as the hero of time and saved the kingdom. And that it shows the last image of the hero riding off with part of the Triforce in his hand, basically riding off into the sunset, never to be seen again.
Where would you hide a USB drive? You have 30 minutes in your house that the FBI, the police, detectives, and some FBI agents, if you didn't want them to find it, and they were looking specifically for this USB drive, where would you hide it? In this house, nowhere, because trailers are not...
I would hide it in my inventory space.
Yeah, that'd probably be the first place they search, too.
Why do you say that?
They would probably search you before they searched your home. I would... If I had a log cabin especially, I'd probably have a hollowed out section of one of the logs on the outside of the house, hollowed out, but have it set up to where it looks like it's just a part of the log 100%, and have all the stuff that I didn't want It would be where I'd hide everything that I didn't want anyone else to know about. You know, patents of alien weapons, all kinds of weird shit. Alternatively, it would be a rock. A real rock that is hollowed out underneath, but has a magnetic portion of the rock removed, so I can magnetize it and just make it look like it's part of the same boulder. And it'd be waterproofed and hidden in the garden. I wouldn't do any of the toilet shenanigans because that'd probably be like the second place that the FBI would look. Especially if you watch a lot of TV. But, and if I didn't have that as an option, I'd make an attempt for one of the coaxial boxes that, you know, like for your power or your phone lines or whatever, one of those wall boxes. I'd probably tape it on the back side of one of those and screw it back into the wall. I guess it really just depends what level of technology are they coming after you with. Are we talking like they're coming after you with like stud sensors and X-ray vision, or are they just doing like a standard search? Because if they're doing a standard search, then there's not really a lot you can do about that. Like, if they're going to x-ray the entirety of your house before they start searching it, then they must want you for something really bad, number one. Like, what did you do? That's not standard issue police presence. That's, you did something god-awful. Okay, this is either going to crash and burn, or it's not even going to do anything. There's a box. I like the box. What is in the box? A traveler's bow. Okay. You know what? question is, can I thread the needle? Or do I even have to? Why is that stupid Chitty Chitty Bang Bang song stuck in my head now? Why is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang stuck in my head?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm lazy. Super lazy. If you go on a date with a woman and she's dressed up in all like chainmail and full plate mail, do you get a do you give her a second date? If I wasn't already spoken for, yeah, sure. Oh, speaking of oh, my jewelry's in the bathroom. I took a shower yesterday. A needed shower. If the humidity is going to be any testament today, I actually have to go to Walmart anyway because I have to pick up the plumbing supplies to make that thing drain out the window instead of onto the floor. Remember?
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah! Check it! Woohoo!
No, what I'm gonna do is there's on the air conditioner that we bought, it's one of the thanks for the offer, but no thanks. I'm gonna take a hose about the diameter of my index finger, and there's already a hole that I drilled last year in the part that locks the hose, the air intake into the window. And I'm gonna run the hose about 6 inches out of the window. And then I'm gonna hook up 2 more hoses to the water out for sucking the condensation out of the, out of the air. And I'm just gonna let it drain out into the backyard because it's just water. That's the plan, man. And I forgot to share the stream with one of my sources. That's not exactly intelligent of me now, was it? Oh, he'll be fine. I'm not worried about him. Actually, he has to stay on his leash. That's the rules of the park. Park rules.
Link in a barrel.
No, he's about to have a rough day, isn't he?
Yes, he's in a barrel and sitting on a catapult. And is not happy.
I can tell.
Although it sounds like he's singing right now and making a beat.
It looks like he's spazzing the fuck out, is what it looks like he's doing.
Here, listen. Listen to the sound coming from Link right now. Sounds like he's singing and making a beat.
Ah. Well, at least you're entertained. The look on his face of I'm going to murder you when I get back.
Uh-huh. They're just like, bye-bye.
Hey!
Friggin', I've got to play that game at some point.
Oh?
Just looking at Link's face of I hate you all.
Yeah, he's got that expression still on his face. He hit the wall and then it falls off, and now he's in the water. He made that same face as soon as his head popped up. He's like,
That's gotta be the most expressive Link I think I've ever seen in any Zelda game.
Oh? Ah? Oh? Ah?
Don't shoot the messenger.
Uh-huh. Ah.
The best update for these two games, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, is giving us a second save slot. I love it. I have a casual slot that I can play on my own, and I have one that I can use for the stream. It's amazing.
Hey!
But Freedom Friday is kind of my day to pick what goes on. Like, we have Minecraft Monday, Destiny Tuesday. It used to be Fallout Friday, but Fallout 76 kind of... no one was watching it. Like, no one was interested in it at all. So, she's doing fine. So we had to change up the stream patterns a little bit. And we've made it to where, with the exception of the 13th through the 16th of this month and the 16th of next month, I intend to be on stream 8 to 4, 4 hours a day every day of the week that I can help it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We are going to be able to be streaming
Well, okay, so here's the thing about that. If my phone would do it, I probably could. But there's two different factors at play at that. Phone service is the number one barrier that I can see. We're talking about a state park up in the mountains, so cell service is probably going to be spotty at best. But number two, for whatever reason, Streamlabs, OBS, and all of that, they just don't like my phone. And even if I could stream up there, I'm not sure I'd want to.
Heck, that's your honeymoon.
Exactly. Like,
You're gonna be swimming and
scrambling some eggs. But no, I just... There's really... And I'm going to be honest, there's really only one thing about us being at a campsite that would get that kind of attention online. And I have absolutely no intention of recording any of that. At all. Period. And I don't care who says what about me making money online and all this other shit. The answer's still no. That is one thing that is between me and her, and the rest of the world can go fist itself in a corner. I don't care.
thought you was gonna have a tripod with a camera.
Well, we're recording the wedding,
After that,
but after that, if I record anything, it's probably going to be like the local wildlife. Like if there's a moose that decides to meander through the campsite or something.
Yeah.
Now, that's what we have cell phones for, but the camera that I have is more for video. But, no, I just...
When you set
Being strictly honest about the whole thing, the cameras are there for the wedding. After the day of the wedding, it's me, her, and the dog. That's what we're doing. I don't care at that point. Like, the only thing I'm going to say is that when I come back home, my shit better still be here.
when you set
That's the only thing I'm going to say is I'm going to go up, we're going to have our wedding and our honeymoon, and my stuff better still fucking be here when I get back. Because if it's not, I'm going to live up to what's on my t-shirt right now, and no one's going to fucking like me.
this, we'll make sure that all the doors are locked. We'll probably be
So.
using the back as soon as Terry, because he's not there. He said you won't be able to use your because you won't be depending on what you decide.
That's also gonna be weather dependent too. 'Cause no, the camera I have has a watch for remote usage. Yep. I also have a remote for my cell phone too. Legally 5, illegally about 10. Yeah. Legally you can fit 5 in there. If you want to break the law, I can squeeze 10 people in it. Terry's Chevy car. I mean, you're definitely breaking the law at that point, but I can do it. You squeeze 5 or 6 people in the back seat, and you put 3 more in the trunk. Yeah, we're probably going to be up there. We're going to be leaving here earlier than that, but...
Do you want to buy a canopy and at the same time so that you are doing all this getting it set up?
I don't know. The more we set up, the more we're going to have to pick up. But I'd really rather not talk about this right now because I'm supposed to be talking about the games, not your hemming and hawings about shit. Like, you know, I'm streaming. I have been all morning. I need to every day, 8 to 4, just like I said I was going to, every day. The only reason we're not doing it on the 13th through the 16th is because we're going to be doing our wedding and our honeymoon. Once that's all said and done, I'm going to be right back to it. We're going right back to what we're doing now, which is my streaming every morning. 8 to 12. And that's going to be to the chagrin of my ex, but she's going to have to deal with it. Okay, I can't keep not growing my channels and stuff. That's not how this works. No, what it is she and everyone else is bent out of shape because I've been abused by the employer's friggin' system for too long, and I'm burnt out on it. So I wanted to do something different this time. And part of doing something different means that I have to be here for a scheduled time. And if that makes people mad, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Actually, no, I'm not sorry at all. They can be mad. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. And if all 31 people on here that do watch my stuff occasionally decide that they don't hate my guts and decide to share my stuff around, then... you know. But this is not the place to be talking about wedding plans and all that bullshit. I got enough going on as it is. You want to talk about that stuff, talk about it when I'm done. We have plenty of time to discuss it. But now is not the time. This goes back to why I need my own fucking office. The other thing that you and I have to talk about is, do we want to post the wedding video on our YouTube channels or not? Babe?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're okay with that idea or not. it's kind of a family event, so I don't know if it's acceptable by your standards. Well, maybe I'll edit down some of the videos so it's just like the ceremony itself and we can post that,
Yeah.
you know? It'll have to wait. I'm doing my thing. You need to wait. No. Now I'm muting my mic for about 2 minutes, guys. I'm back. Had to set a record straight real quick. There are way more parts over there. Yeah. And a level space to work off of. No, like when someone tells you they don't want to be a part of your stream, you generally expect them not to be a part of your stream. Because they're the ones who said they didn't want to be. Oh, I don't have any wheels. Well, let's see. We'll activate this fast travel tower first. Aim true and throw the material. Okay. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I kind of figured. Oh, missed. A master at throwing fire fruit. Okay, now, there's the castle, which means Tarrytown is that way. accidentally hitting the side of that Joy-Con. I'm not used to the way that the Joy-Con's bumpers are set up anymore, or for the new ones. I've also got to be careful about where I go because Mr. Jazzed Hands could start to show up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Jazz Hands! I'm really just trying to make it to Terrytown safely, which is going to be a trip, but... in reality, if I can just make it to that tower over there, I should be able to just shoot off to it. I'm also doing the stupid thing by traveling at night. Oh, nuts. Now, where's he gonna set me back to? Not too far, I don't think. I know one thing that you need to do. You need to schedule an appointment with that friggin' hair salon that's in Walmart and have your hair cut. Because you've been talking about it and whining about it and complaining about it for months. Look, it's either that or I bust out my hair shears and my comb and I do it Grandpa's old Grandpa Bedard's way. And I'll just level it off at your friggin' neck and collarbone area.
Hi. Oh. Oh. Ah. Oh.
It is going to be a long walk to Terrytown.
Yes, it is.
vehicles. Hey, can I steal your donkey? And just like set him to autopilot. The big tree. Maybe we need to invest in a small camper to tuck behind the garage. Babe. And run an electrical, yeah. And run an electrical cord out to it so that way I can do my streaming from out there. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Because, like, no one in this house, and I don't mean to offend you when I say this, but, like, no one respects the fact that I'm streaming in this house. No one. Because 9 times out of 10, most of you forget that I am. So maybe it's time to consider mixing things up a little bit. I mean, we've been talking about getting a camper anyway. I mean, all I'd have to do is just run an electrical extension cord from the garage. You know, make sure it's all waterproofed and everything, to the gear that I'd be running in the camper for streaming, and that's it. Like, the only other thing I'd probably want out there would be an electric space heater for, you know, winter time, and a fan for during the summer to keep it cool in there, and that's about it. So, just a thought, something I did think about doing. I don't have an amiibo. Of course. Whatever. Guts. you go, fish boy. You're free. Yeah, I'll gladly take a Zora spear, I'm sure. Not really what I'm here for, but yeah. Bouncy, bouncy. Ooh, tentacles. What?
No comment.
Sometimes it's fun being the creepy fucker next door. Hey, now. Can't be violating no YouTube policies now.
I am a walking barrel.
Oh. I'm almost afraid to take these systems anywhere with how much they friggin' cost. Like, I know that's not exactly really what they're meant for, but like... there's a certain reality that they were almost $500 a piece, and I'm afraid to take them outside of the house because of it. You know? We're gonna cross that bridge. Okay. Well, he got a lucky shot off. Let's watch the instant replay on that for just a second. I missed with the bomb. I bounced over to the sky shroom to see if I could maybe get a recoil. No such luck. And that one's a suicide I will get them this time.
I just got needed.
It's okay, you could be dealing with what I'm dealing with. The bridge from hell.
Let's see.
This game plays so much smoother on the Switch too with the upgrades.
That rock actually looks like a cliff face.
Yeah,
Actually looks like a rock.
and Link is actually climbing it, not just stuttering up it. Like, the frigging Rumble footage is about as choppy as the friggin' Switch 1 was. The Switch 2 is so much smoother. Yeah, I'll take some of your Korok poo. It's funny because people think I'm kidding.
Oh, I know you're not. But you should link your Nintendo online Zelda notes to your Breath of the Wild account and see just how many Koroks there are. I did that with my Breath of the Wild, and
That's a lot of shit.
yeah, that's exactly what I said. That is exactly what I said.
When you end up quoting Ian Malcolm unintentionally when you're playing one of the fucking Zelda games, that's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no. Back on the ledge. Alright, stop pushing other buttons. I just need him to climb it straight.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll have to deal with that cave later, but now that I know that it exists. I also know there's probably going to be a set of gloom hands at the top of this hill. Because there usually is. while, let them rest on this ledge, assuming they didn't recode the ledge. Nope, they did not. Come on, climb the ledge. Want to agitate the Doom Hands on top of this hill. And activate the shrine and then run like a little bitch. Run! You're gonna hear that very soon, by the way. And it's gonna be a little bit louder than that. Yeah, maybe doing that jump wasn't such a good idea, but we'll find out. We effed around, now we gotta find out. Just how effed are we? These Mr. Jazz Hands, stay away for now. Just long enough for me to do the thing. Well, fast travel point. Now that I've agitated him. Ooh! They actually just self-vanished. Nice. I made him self-delete. I made the Doom Hand self-delete.
How?
I just went out of their reach and they got mad and deleted themselves.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Huh. Well, that just happened. I don't... Oh, I should have cooked something with stamina before I did this. Uh-oh. If I can just get close enough. Oh, that's not even remotely close enough. You know what? Fine. It's not going to be deep enough. No, see, there's a bunch of free mechanical parts down here that I'm going to use to build a jet. And I'm going to go for a flight. And then, after I'm done doing that and getting that tower unlocked over yonder, we need to slip our shoes on, I need to end the stream, and we gotta go do some stuff. Apparently. And before you ask, no, I don't want to. But I do like the idea of having more monsters in the fridge. As well as having the plumbing to set up the air conditioner the right way. So we don't have to constantly, like 5 times a day, empty out a water container. Because the humidity in this area is getting really bad. I haven't been saying anything because I don't want to leave this place, but... Actually... seen NPC about having a heart attack? See that bonehead over there?
Yeah.
Apparently when you first used this thing, he had no idea what it was.
Yeah.
And he just totally spazzes out.
Ah.
I see 2 rockets and a control stick. Good.
Ah.
Yay. Say
But if I don't want to waste my parts, I can just use the parts that they have right here, build a monster truck, and just do it that way. Wow.
30,000.
That is pretty bad.
That's a ripoff. The guy also looks like a scam artist.
Probably is.
I've given up.
Isn't there a song about tractors being sexy somewhere? There's a song somewhere about tractors being sexy, right? I mean, does a tractor have to have 4 wheels? Come on, make the turn. Nope.
Elvis Presley across with Elton John.
Oh, I'm about to get zapped in the worst way fucking possible.
Well, look at this guy. He's wearing a suit like Elton John, but he's kind of dancing like Elvis Presley.
I want to get away from that spear right quick. It's about to get struck by another bolt of lightning. Good question. Yeah, and it looks to have killed the bird thing that had the pedestal that you need for here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know where the pedestal thing dropped.
Oh, ah.
Nope, still alive.
Ha!
Or, well, I thought it was. Right. Haha. Now. Do I have an eyeball left? I got a 4.
Now you're gonna have an eyeball. Tingle Turner.
Why does that remind me of Time Turner from Harry Potter?
Could be worse than Time Turner. What, you don't want to trap everyone in 50-year time loop repeatedly over and over and over again?
No.
The kid's freaking safe, I swear. I may have wished for a time loop so I could stay.
That's just sad. At least they have the GameCube version on here. If it was anything else, you would get the Tingle bottle. Because when the new release, it changed the Tingle Turner to the Tingle bottle.
Ah! Ah! Oh!
I was gonna ride my vehicle back, but then I realized that I have this. Some hoses. I need you to take one of the hoses and make sure it's a sure fit onto the air conditioner. Back.
One of them definitely is.
Yeah, but I need to know which one because that's the one that's going to go with us. because I need to size out the stuff that we need to set up the AC, so I don't have to sit here in empty buckets all day. I have way more important things to do than empty an air conditioner bucket. Magic machine. Perfect. One of the big orbs and like 3 or 4 of the smaller ones. It's really more the steering sticks, the rockets, and the fans that I'm into, because then I can make infinite goblin gliders and stuff. But the rockets are useful for rocket shielding. So if you're like, if you don't want to necessarily have to climb a cliff, and all you gotta do is just pop a rocket onto a shield and go, that's usually what I end up doing. The only thing I don't like about this one, and I'm not so sure that I'm correct on this point, but I'm going to zoom in and make sure that I am before I say it. Yeah, it doesn't have the skateboard. So you can't make the skate shield for going downhill. But, generally speaking, the Goblin Glider, the skate shield, and the rocket shield are like 3 of the most important forms of transportation in this game. Everything else is just being fancy and fun. Which there's nothing wrong with being fancy and fun. In fact, being fun in this game, making this game into a fun thing, is why everyone loves Tears of the Kingdom so much. I do believe that. But anyway. Well, I didn't quite get to the 4-hour marker. We're about 3 hours and 57 minutes. But if y'all like the content, hit the like and subscribe buttons. Follow me if you must. Or if you want to. Hit me out on my Twitter. I'll start. Yeah, we got to make the graphic for that, babe. Anyway, hopefully everyone has a good day. I love you.